What's going on, guys? I'm a regular guy with the Regular Guy Firearms channel. Thanks for watching. Now, you guys read the title, so you know what this is about. This really is just a short, I guess, tips thing that can make your experience at a commercial or a civilian pistol training class or whatever that you go to, basically out of pocket at a major company, like you're going to Valor Ridge, or you're doing the Costa Ludus thing, or you're doing the Haley Strategic thing, EAG, whatever. Okay. Now, you decide that you were going to register for this course, and you're going out and you're buying all this whiz-bang stuff. The following is just stuff that I learned that I try to adhere very, very close to, because it's allowed me to retain a lot more information, and it's allowed just the flow of class to be a little bit better. And honestly, from the opposite side of the house, there are things that I know for a fact will piss off the cadre that's working there, that you can go ahead and try to avoid. Okay, so the first and foremost thing, and I really highly suggest that you try and do this, is that when you arrive at this class, when you get there, understand that when you arrive, you need to have the mentality of, you know nothing. Okay, any other previous training that you've had, any other places that you've been to before, any number of videos that you may have watched on the particular place that you're going to, try and just mind wipe all of that. Okay, because if this place, wherever it is that you're going to, is straight up, they can stand on their own 2 feet, and they're constructed of adults, and they have good curriculum and stuff like that, they'll handle you from square zero all the way through the end of those 2 days or 3 days or however long the class is, right? So arriving with you know nothing helps guys understand that they are there to take in the curriculum from that place, right? Whatever it is that they ask you to do, whatever methodology that they ask you to do, it doesn't matter what you've done in the past. Do what they ask you, okay? Because look, a lot of us are gun guys, a lot of us go and shoot stuff and things like that, but when you go someplace to learn, my way of thinking about it is that the last thing that I'm going to do is try to tell someone who's trying to give me a particular technique to practice or train on. The last thing I'm going to do is tell them, oh, well, I used to do it this way. It may annoy them just a little bit, okay? So just when you show up, I don't know anything, teach me. They're supposed to have their stuff together and all that other jazz. So just trust that they know what they're doing, especially if it's from a major firearms training school or whatever. Particularly if you go to a place like Valor Ridge or someplace like that, because from the word go, from the G in the word go, they got you. From square one, you know what to do from point A all the way through Z. Okay, the next thing that is a really good idea, okay, is load all of your magazines and unbox all of your ammo. I highly suggest getting an ammo can or something, like a bulk GI ammo can or something like that, and just unbox all the stuff as it arrives. Throw it in this can loose, because you're rifling through it anyway, meaning you're just gonna be loading this stuff. Okay, so having to open boxes and go through little trays and leave trash everywhere, instead of doing all of that, you might as well just have it loose from one source that you load into and all that other jazz. And if it's a concern for you, if you have stiff pistol magazines or whatever magazines that you're running, a Lula probably works really well. It's a little magazine loader that helps you load mags up. If you don't know what that is, just go ahead and research that. Do some Google Foo and you'll find it pretty quick. The next thing is that if there's a gear list, right, on their website, if there's a gear list and you receive a gear list, it's probably really, really wise to bring the entire gear list, all of it, okay? And the thing that I do is that I just try to bring the entire gear list, particularly if there's something there I've never seen before, okay, or something that's uncommon. For instance, if a school asks you to bring clear eye pro, there might be a reason for that. You might be shooting in the dark when you after you get there on like your first day or something, and you don't know that yet. Okay, so bring the entire gear list. It just makes life much easier for everybody else if you have everything already, and then you don't have to run out to Walmart to get some cheap piece of crap eye pro or whatever little thing it is. You know, even if it's something that is just really off the wall, like a paint pen or something. Okay, bring that. You know, cold weather gear, ponchos, a handheld flashlight. I've been told to bring those before, specifically a handheld flashlight. And there might be things that you're not going to expect at this course because you've never trained with these fools before. You know what I mean? So bring the entire gear list. Your life is just going to be easier. And if you don't end up using some of that stuff, well then whatever. Would you rather have it and not need it, or vice versa? So there you go. Here's the big one. And here's the big one because as just a student, this annoys me. When other dudes are talking and stuff like that, shut your friggin' mouth. Shut up. Shut up. When we're loading magazines and stuff at the table or whatever, that's when it's cool to talk to guys and joke around and stuff like that because a loading station's far away from the actual line. Okay, and that's when you can sit there and talk about the whiz-bang thing that you bought or the slide cuts that some dude did to your pistol. But when you get to the line, shut up. Shut up. You're distracting. Stop. You know, hop off of that soapbox real fast. But seriously, it's annoying as hell, and you can see it. Anyone who's taught anything ever before, when someone's talking when I'm talking, I want to throat punch you. Okay? So be quiet, you know, because again, you're there to learn. And just like as you're growing up, when someone was talking while someone was teaching, they're annoying. Okay? So do that, you know. Learn when it's time to learn. It'll say it in the gear list to bring a notepad, and sometimes they'll directly tell you, but take notes, okay? And anything that's pertinent at all, anything you've never heard before, and if it's your first pistol course, it'll be a lot, okay? If it isn't your first pistol course, I highly suggest taking notes on the drills, okay? Taking notes on the drills, how they set it up, how they do it, and wait till you're like 10th or 12th in line or something before you go and do the thing, if it's one of those drills where you have to do it one at a time, because then you can actually take notes on how the drill is being done. You're purchasing their information, okay? You might as well write it down so that you can practice stuff like that later. You know what I mean? So take notes, take descriptive notes, draw things, okay? It makes life a whole lot easier for both you and the dudes that are teaching the class because you're able to retain more information once you've heard it, watched it done, did it, and wrote it down. You know, so it's a big deal. It's a big deal. And the last one, and this is a particular issue with dudes, ask all the dumb questions. Ask them all. Okay, any question that you have in your head where you're thinking, this might be kind of dumb, ask the question. Because chances are it's something super basic that might be safety related, and you not asking could just kind of have thrown you into the wolves. You know what I mean? To where you figure it out on the fly, and it's probably a better idea that you are a little bit safer and playing it safer by just asking the dumb guy question. And generally speaking, again, if this is at a squared up school, right before they go to do the drill, or whatever it is that they're getting ready to do, they'll ask, like they'll teach a concept, and right before they're getting ready to do the drill, they'll ask, any questions? If you have a question, ask your question. Seriously. And the reason being is just that, again, you're there to purchase information. Why would you not ask a question at a place that you're supposed to be purchasing information from? Make sense? So, I hope that you found this rather helpful. This is just kind of like a guide that I try to go by when I go to any class whatsoever. And those of you that know that I'm preparing to start testing curriculum and stuff like this applies to me as both a student and now possibly do this starting a company and all that other stuff, you know. So there you go. If you have any questions, any additional questions to this, or any tips, or whatever that, or any guidance that you would that you may be pondering about, or anything like that, go ahead and shoot that in the comments below. I try to get to your questions as much as I can, guys. For those of you who interact with me on a regular basis through the YouTube comments and stuff, you'll notice that I've been absent a little bit. I just have a lot of stuff to do. That's all it is. But remember, guys, a regular guy's firearm is the last defense against tyranny. Be easy.